I found this recipe on the back of a whole wheat penne pasta box, and I actually added a few different things to it and changed it up just a little bit. And I was a little surprised because I'm not a red sauce person, but I don't like onions either, but it was really good, so I thought I'd try it. So in advance, I started boiling 3 pieces of boneless, skinless chicken. So we just took our chicken out of the boiling water, and you see it's all cooked through evenly. Just make sure, just break it in half if you can, just to make sure it's fully cooked and not pink. And defrosted chicken takes maybe half an hour to cook, maybe a little more. When I still have the water boiling, and all it is just a little bit of chicken in there, some chicken juice. I put some salt in there. So instead of getting a whole new pan of water, I'm just going to throw my pasta in there and let it cook. So now all you want to do with your chicken here is just cut it into little pieces. It gets a little shreddy, which is fine, as long as you just cut it out. You want to cut off the fat. And I'm just going to set it aside in a dish. Okay, so we have our chicken shredded. Our pasta is almost done cooking, so what we want to do now is take this big pan here, and we want to put it on about medium heat. And then we're going to take about 1/4 of an onion. See, I don't like a whole lot of onion, but we're going to chop that up, and we're going to throw it in there with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we're going to add a bit of garlic to this because I love garlic. So now that we've drained our pasta, we want to make sure that the onions and garlic are nice and tender. See, the garlic's just starting to brown. That's pretty good. Okay, and then what you want to do is add your red sauce. You stir in the sauce, add your chicken, and some fresh parsley. And when you mix it together, you want to let this simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. So after that's been simmering for a while, I turn the heat down to low, and I just add the pasta right in, and I'm going to toss this. And I'm going to continue keeping it on low heat so that all of the juices kind of, not really get pasty, but thicken, and it just brings a whole different flavor to it. And I'm also keeping it on low because my dad doesn't come home for another half hour, and I want to have this ready for him when he comes home tonight. So while that is staying warm and looking delicious, I'm going to take this other regular frying pan and turn it on to about medium-low heat, and I already pre-cut some pieces of Italian bread. Now this little trick I learned from an episode of Everyday Italian. This is a block of regular mozzarella cheese, and I'm just going to cut it and chop it into little dices. Now of course she had like little pillows, and she pronounced something in Italian which I don't remember. But at the very last minute, right before we're about to eat, I'm going to toss these little dices and put them in with the ricotta, just so it just starts to melt, and I love cheese, so that's good. And I swear, if you haven't watched Everyday Italian or Giada at Home or anything by her, please do so right now. Right now, turn on the Food Network and watch her. I mean, if anything, you'll get to watch her fantastic cleavage be exposed all the time. So after that little bit of too much info, I'm just going to take this frying pan and just add just a little bit of olive oil just to coat the top. And I'm just going to add a few little pieces of minced garlic, and what we're going to do is just take this bread, I'm going to try to spread it out here, just going to put it face down in there and let it get a little crispy and toasty. Yum. And don't forget your ricotta. Remember to keep stirring that, because remember, you had it on low heat. You don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. So just make sure you're babysitting it. Make sure it doesn't get into any kind of shenanigans. Hi, Dad. I'm making dinner.
Oh my God. What is that?
Food. Sustenance.
Bad with you.
Uh-huh.
This little figure, I'll go tomorrow.
It's really good.
This little biggie steak.